Everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4 Battle of the Bosporus. Let us continue on from where last left off. So, we're trying to get the Treaty of Sadabad, which I guess Afghanistan and Iraq are getting some decisions here. I'm assuming Iran just doesn't get an event anymore. They're not listed anymore, which I guess makes sense. They're now our puppet state. So obviously they are not too interested in any non-aggression pacts that we have to offer because we've already would have broken it a long time ago. So what else do we need to do? Well, there's still resistance efforts. I would like to integrate some of these states, but that seems like a long shot. Like a very, very, very long shot from now. Right now we got 49% support for the communist, 5% support for the fascist, 2% for the democratic. Who cares, right? So, be done in 35 days. I mean, getting our way down to the HOI issue, getting some more territory from France for free would be really nice. You know, more free territory that I'll use, of course, to springboard into another invasion of their territory. Assess our future. Like, what do you... Like, my problem with this event is, or this focus, has to do with the whole multi-party democracy thing, which we don't want to do. Research slot available. Let's go then for... We could get like an air doctrine. You know what? Let's go for battlefield support. And I think, can I upgrade my aircraft? No, I researched interwar bombers, right. I wouldn't mind throwing one of those into the list. I know our production it's a little bit cluttered and, you know, not focused at all. But let's not worry about that. We're still missing 1.3 thousand rifles. It'll resolve itself in less than a month. And at that point, we can start building up more and more troops. Yeah, let's try to entrench our beliefs into this state. So these are the 3 states who are currently unaligned. And these are 3 states currently oppose the principles of Kemalism. I mean, that's very rude. Have they tried, like, not doing that and just doing what I want them to do? Like, that's so much easier for everybody involved. But yet I feel like they have no interest in actually getting that done. As unfortunate as that is. What we don't want to do is we don't want to do peace in the world because Afghanistan signed the pact. Iraq has signed the pact. Fantastic. Get a little bit of political power out of those guys. I'm not going to... I mean, even though I want a President issue, I'm still a little bit worried about that for now. So, you know what? Let's just try to get some extraction in Georgia. I don't know why the Soviets would accept us just mining their territory. But maybe there's a slight chance that they would say yes. Fingers crossed on that one. Apparently we don't have enough probably rifles to get this done. 61%! Absolutely insane. Because you're still at least growing slightly. You currently rest at 41%. Local police force, resistance spread. I just don't like that the Kurds hate me so much. Hold the state here. There's a 99% chance that they cease all rhetoric. And that, I mean, that seems pretty good to me if we can have them just completely give up. Streamline communication. It's for reforming our armed forces. I mean, getting more speed would be, like, fine. Training time actually doesn't really matter so much, I think. Air accident chance also is not a bad idea. Do we need to? I don't think we need to do any of this education stuff in any of our territories, though, or any of our satellite states. I think they're fine as is. And of course, what do we got? The other thing is, it's a 76% chance that we fail, and because it's so unlikely that we succeed, I really don't think. Yeah, there's still these 3 states that don't want to agree with us, which I find again a little bit rude. Once we get to 150, we'll try to do a military march in a fundamentalist state. Hopefully, they will agree with us. I mean, they have a 99% chance of saying yes and a 0% chance of saying no. I mean, that seems pretty good. It's much better than a 10% chance. So you guys will be done in... Because we're getting 1.34 a day. That's actually a lot of political power. Like, I'll definitely take it. Apparently we have a debt council. mean, you don't seem that good. Research speed is okay. But overall, you just seem bad. The debt council has no sway. Well, I don't want them to have any sway. But I do remember there's a thing in here, right, to, like, dissolve the debt council. I think I remember seeing it somewhere. Where would it be, though? That's a great question. Okay, the 4th Internationale. That is fine. I mean, I don't really worry about that too much. Unless, like, Mexico went communist? No, because I don't think it's, like, it's not a real faction, right? I don't believe so. Yeah, no, they've just gone democratic. So that's our future. Let me actually, let me just look. Debt council. Let's cooperate with them. There's dissolve. Yeah, okay, no. So there's dissolve the debt council. I wouldn't mind doing that. Because apparently that council is really just bad. And you know, let's solve the scars of the Great War. We're going to get more support for communism, more war support, and 2 free factories, which I'll never say no to. The Soviet Union has unfortunately rejected our proposal, but that is not surprising even a little bit. Like, that's very much, like, yeah, like, they're not going to allow us just to mine their resources. Like, no shit. I could have told you that. You didn't need to go offer them the request. Apparently, I lost 75 political power. I should have actually pressed the button a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get there in time. But that's okay. Well, we'll get there again soon enough. We don't need more support for communism. Like, it's already going up by still 0.03 a day. So we'll take it. We will take it. Let's see, you're going to go to 65%. We should hit 100% support soon. At some point, we'll probably... I was going to say, we'll probably try to replace this guy. But, I mean, he's still giving a nice 5% stability, war support, and as well as political power gain. Overall, he's actually not a bad leader. But we do actually have positive amount of rifles, so congratulations. What if I had... How many artillery do I have? I have 169. I doubt that's enough to make this work, right? No, not even a little bit. So let's reset you. If I just make you into a basic equipment, we have enough weapons for that. If I add in support artillery, we don't have quite enough, but you're actually not so bad. So I think that's okay for you. Why don't we try to build some of you guys as well? I mean, we don't have the artillery, which is unfortunate. You do use Iranian manpower. I do see that there is one division over there that they now have, which is nice. But of course, reinforcement and garrison are top priority. We'll train like another 5 divisions and see how that plays out. So we do want to... I mean, we do want to remove the Delta Council. We can't do that, I think. Let me just double check that. I mean, they're scrapping our debts, but you can't get rid of it if you go for this tree. Or you could do it if you get support from the British, but I have no interest in joining the Entente, and I doubt the Axis would allow us to join their faction. So, we can reconfigure. We can cancel guarantee. I mean, we could make an entire faction. But, like, would I even say yes to us doing anything? The reason for that is... I mean, we're communist. Greece, Hungary, Yugoslavia, and Romania, neither of them, like, none of them are communist. So I don't see why they would say yes to joining a faction. Balkan Defense Council. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't think they would say yes. So as such, I'm just going to reconfigure this. Like, if we were democratic or just stayed on a line or something like that, I bet we could make something work. Also, we have 163 political power. Let us do a march in the state. Probably want to keep on entrenching you. Like, the Kurds, I don't know if they'll ever actually be our friends. It would actually be at, like, here's the funny thing. Without the Kurdish rebellion, it would rest at 0%. But the Kurds are more than a little bit upset with us. I could give them territory. I could give it to this guy over here, but I feel like that's a major mistake, and I don't want to do that. I wonder if it would make more sense for us to, instead of like local police force, just try to clamp down even harder on them.
This is a talk on national security.
What's it?
Because the nub of the whole purpose of your president is to keep you now and your children.
Apparently, this is a song because it's not part of the Allied speech packs. I don't have that I don't have that enabled. So we'll not worry about that then. I was very confused. I'm like, why did somebody start talking? At first, I thought the game crashed because the music like abruptly stopped. Anyway, what was I doing? Yeah, the Kurds. I want to bada boo, occupy territory. Because I want resistance is the major problem right now. So I could declare martial law, but that's not going to help us. Secret police, military governor. We could do reconciliation. More gained, but of course it's not going to help out with... You know, let's look at reconciliation. Where does that set the natural resting point for this? %59%. So it's going to increase a little bit, but it's actually going to make our compliance grow a lot. So I wonder if that's the better play. It's probably not, but it might be. Let's try to get some reconciliation with the Kurds here. Instead of declaring martial law on them, I feel like that's going to make them a little bit more pissed off. Yeah, so which state it is? Still these three. I mean, it's a 97% chance that they will completely give up in Ankara. Which to me seems pretty good. We'll upgrade our rifles right now. Get more steel from the Soviets. Thank you very much. And what do you guys give us? 120 political power, which actually is really good. Some people are going to leave the Balkan Pact. They lose the Balkan Pact. But that's fine. We want to. I think we want to rush down the dissolving the debt council. So let's renew our non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union. I think that seems completely okay. So 217. Let's go for. Let's hold a march. After that, we'll try to entrench Kemalism into a different state. And hope that they all don't try to kill me. Because they might. There's a chance that they'll be more than a little bit upset. What do we want to research? It's 1939. So you know what? Let's go for the next level of industry techs. All of those I think are pretty good. And again, if I just tell you, again, just how much faster vanilla runs than like every other mod. The fact, it's already 1939. And we're only like halfway through episode 3, I think. We're not in episode 4, I'm pretty sure. Like, that's very fast. Let's not build up any factories in Kurdistan, because they have a tendency right now to blow them up a little bit, which I don't appreciate. Let's go for advanced machine tools. Would be nice. I mean, guys, it's a 2% chance that this backfires. And that's like nothing I really feel like I need to worry about. But you have an 80% chance that you'd resist. 20% chance. I mean, no matter what, you're actually slightly worse. But like, if you fail, it's really, really bad. Okay, so Soviet Union has agreed to our peace or non-aggression pact. Let's get a ton of factories here.
So our Prime Minister has come back from his third and greatest journey, and he said, "With the settlement."
Like, I just don't know. It's so like these songs that they've put in are just so strange to me. Well, let's build like one more tank up.
To a larger settlement in which all Europe may find peace.
Oh, it's because they've done the Sudetenland. Okay. So, apparently even if you don't have allied speeches installed, it still plays. Or not installed, but you don't have it enabled. I find that a little bit strange. Look, I don't need to hear about peace in our time. I'm going to take a guess and say that it's not going to hold out for much longer. Like, it says failed. So I'm not really too sure what that actually means. Okay, let's entrench chemalism into a different state. And let's go for probably construction next. Just like get all of our 1939 industry techs up and running. Seem pretty good to me. Our units are soon going to be deployed. And I'm glad that the Turkish armed forces have decided to, you know, improve themselves somewhat. They're not as bad as they were when we started. Which I do like. Yeah, so we're not aggression pact with Iraq and with Afghanistan. So we clearly can't do any invasions against them, but that's okay. Apparently we have 3 divisions from our little allied puppet states here, which I would consider to be okay. These areas are still glowing blue. Maybe they're just very radioactive. I'm not too sure necessarily. Yes, you got another 24 days, so less than a month. Do we need both? No, we just need to provide refuge for victims of fascism. Follow it up by dissolving the debt council. We could go for like an anti-Bolshevik Mediterranean pact. It's strange, but we could do it. But of course, nationalist Spain, I don't think they would agree to join a faction with us. I mean, they are fascist. They're much more likely to join up with the Axis than with us for, I would say, pretty obvious reasons. And I have no interest right now in fighting the Soviet Union. I mean, they have probably like 150 divisions, which I would consider that to be a lot. So yeah, so now let us provide refuge to the victims of fascism. We're going to get a lot of manpower, but, you know, a little bit less stability. And these 5 infantry divisions, I'm going to assign you over to Blue Army. At least for right now. Our tank division is slowly on this way as well. Again, we still have like a lot of rifles. A lot of rifle artillery. Honestly, I think we actually go for another... I mean, how much manpower do you guys have? Because if you don't have the manpower to provide us with anything, you have no manpower. Okay, now these 5 units, deploy them once, mostly using Iran's manpower, which I think is completely okay. But if we're sending Iranians into battle, that's going to be better for our manpower issues. We should again have enough rifles. We're missing a little bit of artillery, but it's really not the end of the world. We could upgrade artillery as well, and I'm going to do that. We're actually going to switch something like this. Just about slightly more artillery, because I think we have enough rifles right now to kind of make do. I don't like how France is sending so many units to this front line, though. I kind of wish they would not do that. I'm trying to think. It's 1939. I mean, the Second World War is quickly approaching. Like, when I say quickly approaching, it means it's going to happen in like 3 months or something like that. No, it's not. May, June, July, August. No, actually, like a little bit more than 3 months. So we'll kind of see how that ends up playing with... We'll actually get more excavation as well. 150 political power. Let's hold another march. And I'm hoping these little events actually are working properly. Because if they are not, that'd be a little bit funny. So what we might actually want to do is once we provide a refuge for victims of fascism, it probably actually wouldn't be in our worst interest to try to rush our way to the Hatay issue before World War II happens and France gets completely killed. And this goes through the Vichy government. Okay, so only 2 states right now are unaligned. Which is better than 3. I know that seems like... Yeah, obviously. Also, Kurdistan has now built up to 3 divisions, so congratulations to them. for building up a small army. What else do I want to research? It's 1939. You know, motorized probably are one of those things that you do want in your army at some point. So you'll be done in 6 days. It's now already June. We're again, World War II is quickly approaching. Let's also build another unit of tanks. The Czechs are dead. Okay. That's fine. Let's not worry about it. Let's assess our future. Italy is joining Axis. Okay, so they're getting pretty powerful. France and Britain, your idea of appeasement so far does not seem like it's worked out the way you probably wanted it to. We're gonna lose some stability here, but that's okay. As long as I can get like one little province from you. I mean, we do have a claim on it. Actually, no, it's a core of our territory. I like cores. It's much better than dealing with all this goddamn resistance that we're constantly dealing with everywhere else. What planes do we have? Well, let's deploy you up to another 200. Let's deploy our interwar bombers. Set them to 100. Like, how many planes do we have right now? About 500, which, I mean, it's definitely less than most other major powers, but it's really not so bad for us. But I do think that it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthony William. If you've enjoyed, run a thumbs up. Not enjoyed, click thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.